And then Mia, I wanted to touch on how has it been in terms of being a self-titled fat model? How has that been?
Firstly, I'd like to thank you for calling me fat because I absolutely love that word. I hate being called a curve model. It's absolute bullshit. And yeah, fuck that word. But yeah, I think as a fat person, being a model and being queer, there's a few intersections there. But yeah, I think my family have also always constantly throughout my life is always a big girl. So constantly throughout my life was always a topic of, oh my God, you need to lose weight. Oh, she's looking a bit fat. What's going on? And I think I also found food as a comfort from a very young age because I suffered with mental illness from a very young age and was never really seen or heard in that regard from family. And I often repressed a lot of my emotions and a lot of how I felt and what was going on around me, and found that food often was my biggest comfort. And the way, because I think also food brought my family together in a lot of ways as well, so it brought that sense of home. But I think touching back on being a fat model, I think it's a bit of a weird space because being a curve model is the only acceptable thing, and I don't have any boobs and I don't have any butt, so yeah, I think I hope to carve out more space. But in saying that, being queer, I feel like whenever it's Pride Month, whenever it's Mardi Gras, it's like, okay, let's tick the boxes and let's get all you on board. But I just wish that queer people were not only called when it was profitable for companies, and it wasn't just their queerness that had to be portrayed and put on a platform for the world to see and have as like this glory story, because we're people as well and we deserve to be seen outside of that, even though our queerness is a huge part of us, but it doesn't have to be the way that, yeah.
Yes, love. And I just wanted to know, like, do you believe that intersectionality is inclusive? Do you want to start, Megan?
Well, I feel like if you're really going to look at intersectionality, it really should be all-inclusive, because basically none of us are free until all of us are free, right? So we can't have a movement for freedom that is going to leave people behind. And I feel like at this point in human history, it's actually becoming more and more urgent that we don't leave anyone behind. If we just keep on repeating the same patterns of domination in our movements, yeah, seriously, don't think we stand much of a hope.
I think like everyone's goal for intersectionality is to be inclusive, but it also requires humans to practice that. And I have a very, very low expectations of humans really coming through for people that they don't see themselves as. And so I think like in its purest form, yes, but is it practice enough for people to go around saying that it is? No, it's like there's so much reparations. I don't even think like cishet white dudes understand how much reparations they have to go through before I fully see everyone as equal. It's like you can call me equal all you want, and you can, like Mia was saying, like focus on me during the month of Pride. But like until I genuinely feel like that cis white guy has no privileges over me, like it's only as well, like it's like you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? So it's like our intersectionality should be all inclusive. I don't think that it is, and there's so much that we'll hopefully go into in the next couple of years with the next generation of young people coming up that will hopefully be able to practice what it means to truly be intersectional.
I think that I'm agreeing with everybody here in that it's not intersectionality unless it's inclusive. But I think that the practice and the way people communicate or seek to connect with intersectionality is really important. I have deep problems with things like Instagram and Facebook. Facebook less so, Instagram more so, because of the way that often intersectionality gets confused with identity politics or wrapped up in identity politics. And I think that suddenly a lot of intersections do actually get left behind because people are leaning too heavily on, say, identity politics in a format like Instagram, which actually inhibits a lot of intersectionality. Unless you're going to actually fucking list them underneath, it can be out the window. So I think that it also is how you live and how you communicate intersectionality is important. I don't think it's necessarily that easy on the internet. But one-on-one, hell yeah.